Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, October 20th, 2023. This is my daily vlog. Each weekday morning I come in and turn on my lights and turn on the camera and talk about what I've been doing over the last day or so and leading into today to try to make content creation a sustainable job. Look, I lost my job almost a year ago and I decided to create my own job. So I have one now. It just doesn't sustain the bills. So I'm working on how to grow it. And been moderately successful over the past 11 months. Let's talk about how I did over the last 24 hours though. Let's start with yesterday. Yesterday my target was to do two things, in which I did both of them. The first is I completed the long form video that's a review of the latest item from New Wave Toys. The release was coincidentally right on point because yesterday was also the day that they opened up sales for just open purchase. You had to pre-order it before, and now it's open sales, so it dropped on the day. That video has done okay. It's about 2,000 views overnight, which is on the low end as of late. But as I mentioned recently, I have so many high-performing videos that it's really skewing the curve. And 2,000 views in basically 18 hours, it looks at as being, you know, boo, not great. Well, it's actually quite good, and it's actually, I'm really happy with that video. And in fact, it'll continue to do well because it's evergreen, and our New Wave Toys videos do very well. But it's easy to look at this one in comparison to the 100,000 view when we looked at it yesterday and went, well, why'd you bother to do this? Well, it's still valuable, and it builds relationships. We've talked about this. Well, we talk some more about that at the end, about the relationships. I think we'll save that. The second thing that I wanted to get done was begin work on the next long form video that I hope to release on Monday. And I do have something to show you. I will give you a sneak peek at something momentarily. Stick around with me though. But I prepared the thumbnail for that, I did some writing for that, and today I'll do some shooting for that video. Get as much done as I can with the intent of getting it ready to publish on Monday. So let's talk about stats. Again today, we're, I don't know, maybe 20 shy of the next milestone. It's like, I'm just not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna let the world catch up because every time I'm like 5 or 6 away and I claim the next milestone, but we're 39,000, pushing 400 or so, I think. Is that right? I think that's right. Anyway, we didn't make another milestone overnight, so I'm just gonna stop predicting them, at least for the days. So the, because of the video, well, really partially because of the video, I'm releasing shorts as well as the AI produced shorts, as well as a couple of long forms. And so we're still hovering around 10,000 views per day, which I still think is phenomenal, but something primal in my head goes, yeah, but it's still 10,000 after 3 or 4 days. It should be 20 or 30 now. Calm down, John. Internal monologue, John. He's trying to fool me into thinking I'm not doing well, when in fact consistency is doing well. Of course we want to grow, but still about 10,000 views a day is dandy. Let's talk about today. So today, first things first, I'm recording this a little early because I have a dentist appointment. You'll remember I had a live stream over the weekend where a crown fell out when I was eating yucky jelly beans. I'm gonna go get that put back in today. That's first thing. And then I will come back and I will begin work on the next long form video. And goodness. And I can show you that it is indeed probably what crypto thought it was. So there's a peek at the thing that I'm going to be working on. I don't know what I'm going to think about it, but I'm very curious to find out what this thing is like. So that's just, and I think a lot of people are curious what it's going to look like too, and what it's going to be like. And there's so many questions. And one of them is like, you know, well, doesn't that controller get in the way of the screen? I'm like, well, I guess I'll find out because I've got to get a camera in there and shoot the screen. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. So I'll talk a little bit about views versus relationships. So, you know, we had an advertiser that I made basically an infomercial for a couple weeks ago, last week, I guess, 2 weeks ago. And that video didn't do huge numbers in terms of how a video goes. However, I'm learning now that it's not all about the biggest views on a video. It's does the video do its job? So the New Wave Toys video that I did yesterday was not about creating the most compelling, most long-lived video that goes to the top of the charts. It was about helping a vendor with getting the word out, right? So in this case, it was not paid at all. It was a free product, and to do a review of and cover that product gets the word out for the vendor. So if you think about it, yeah, would I have loved that video to get, 5,000 views overnight? Sure, John, would, certainly. However, if you look at it from the viewpoint of the company New Wave Toys, they just opened up sales on this gadget, and how happy must they be to provide one product that probably materials cost them $70 to get over 2,000 eyeballs on their product, me showing how cool it is. That is advertising that while you can buy, you can't buy it for 70 or 80 bucks. That's why people send product out to be reviewed, even if it's positive or negative. Positive's better, obviously, but the thing about negative reviews, which I talked about many times before, is as long as you explain why you are negative, why you think things are bad, because people are different. If we've talked before about, pick a random thing. I don't know. Let's pick this microphone headset adapter, right? If I review this and I go, this thing is terrible, don't buy it. How does that help you? How does that help anyone? You need to say why I think it's terrible, right? This thing is terrible because the wire is too long and it gets cluttered. Well, now I've told you why I believe it's terrible, and you can then make a judgment based on, does that matter to you? You actually want a longer wire. You actually want it to be able to reach a long distance, where I didn't, and so it was cluttered. That's a very simplistic version of why it's important to explain why you say something is bad. If you just go, that sucks, that helps nobody. It only tells me that you're judgmental with no basis in fact. If you say, this sucks because I wish the wire was red and it clashes with my black wires. Great! Well, now you've said why you don't like it, and someone listening can process that, and it's now deduction and understanding rather than guesswork. So even if, now this review of this thing that I did the other day was glowing. I love it. I think it's great. It's not for me because it's not my favorite game, but I'm presenting it what is good and bad about it, right? And so that is value. So a video need not do 100,000 views to serve its purpose. Its purpose might be to get the word out about a thing. Its purpose might be to do something for an advertiser. Its purpose might be to get orders, or So for example, of the advertiser we had last week, we sent over 1,200 unique leads directly through our link, which is actually more than the video got because we did a social blast too. So when I look at videos now. Yes, I'd like every video to be amazing, to do huge numbers, but every video that I do has a purpose behind it. Sometimes it's to build upon a relationship, to verify that, look, we got this gadget after many people had gotten it. If we continue to work with New Wave Toys and show results, well, we're going to be most favored nation status, and they'll start sending us things before they're released. And we've seen that has done huge numbers, and that puts money in our pockets versus just satisfying a relationship and building that. So you give some and you take some, and hopefully the take is more than the give when you get to the end of the day. Okay, I am going to go ahead and, I say get busy, get the vlog out, then go to the dentist, then come home and get busy. I want to thank you for stopping to check out today's vlog if you did. If you're here every day, a growing number of you, I say growing, it's over 410 now. It's like 10 more in the last few days. Surprising, cool. I love you for that. Thank you for being here every day with me and helping to keep me motivated. It really, 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 really does help. Have a great Friday. Please do something good for yourself. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll talk to you again on Monday. Bye-bye.